This is the screencast for section 1.1 example 2. We're going to analyze some prison populations using our numerical model. Table 1.2 shows the growth in the number of prisoners incarcerated, in state and federal prisons from 1980 to 2000. Is the proportion of female prisoners over the years increasing? See, the table shows the number of prisoners. We want to know the proportion of female prisoners. So we could take the number of female prisoners and divide by the total for each and every year. So 1980, 1985, 1990, etc. And let's see, my female would be 12 out of the total 316, which just so happens to have a chart down here that's already done it for us, 3.8%, which you would have gotten 0.037 something on your calculator. So you can take your calculator and divide each and every one of these, the female out of the totals. So is the proportion increasing? Yes, it is. We're actually going to do the same problem as example 2, but now we're going to use our calculator to help us with it. We're going to learn a couple calculator tricks, so make sure you've got your TI-84 plus silver or TI-83, whatever it is you have. They're very similar in their menus. So doing arithmetic with lists. Enter the data from the total column of the table 1.2 of example 2 in your list L1 on your calculator. So here's the total. We're going to put this in L1. So in your calculators, you're on your main screen. Go to Stat, Edit, number 1, and then List 1 is L1. Now I already have stuff typed in here, so I'm going to go up to L1, highlight it, hit Clear, and then Enter. So it has deleted every single entry from L1. I could do the same thing for L2 if I've got stuff in L2, and you're actually going to need to clear out L3 in this one as well. So L1. We're going to enter all the totals in L1 and then the females in L2. That's what the rest of the problem says. Enter the data from female column list into L2. So for the totals, I have 316, 480, 740, 1085, and then 1382. Now I'm going to go to the right. I'm going to enter the females in L2. So now I've got two lists of data that end at the same place, so I have a data point for each level. Alright, I've done what the original problem has told me to do. On the home screen, enter the command 100 times L1 divided by L2 arrow L3. Basically, we're going to use parts A and B to check our percentages we got in the last problem. So here's our home screen. I quit to the home screen. I'm going to do 100 times. Now L1 is not letter L, green, and then the number 1. Your calculator doesn't understand that as list 1. See the blue L1 above the number 1 key? That's what L1 means. That's list 1. Since I want to activate that blue command, I'm going to push the blue second key. Actually, I want L2. So L2 is number 2. Divided by. Now I want the L1, so second L1. And then that arrow is actually the store button. I want to store those values. So it's telling your calculator, take 100 times whatever the L2 entry divided by the L1 entry is, and store that as L3. There's my list. I can go, actually, see there's your 3.79%. That was the first entry. There's 4.375, etc. So this is what you get for your main screen. I also can check Stat, Edit, look what's in my list 3, those percentages. Now let's go and do part B. Clear, enter. I want to erase everything I just put into L3. There's another way we could have approached this. You could go to the top of L3, so instead of telling the main screen to store those values into L3, you can just tell L3 what you want it to do. So list 3, I'm going to say, hey list 3, please take 100 and multiply it using parentheses by L2 divided by L1. Now, as you can see, all the calculations we've done using telling our main menu to store these values as L3 or telling L3 exactly what we want to do with L1 and L2. You can see the percentages we came up with are the same: 3.8, 4.4, 5.5, 5.9, and 6.7.